And he thought like, okay, I need to call Mattias. And then I called him like
Wow, that's actually
2 minutes after. So I think that's the magic I talk about.
And it's like good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes. Doing what I love for life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
3, 2, 1.
Hello friends and welcome to MattGron Talks. This is episode 153 and my name is Mattias Gronborg, aka MattGron, and here I share my scale up journey building my company from nothing to something. And of course with me as usual my dear friend and co-host Svea-Malina Landshoff. How are you doing, Svea, this fabulous Friday?
I was about to say.
Sun is shining and we are ready to pump ourselves straight into this wonderful weekend. And yeah, Svea, you are broadcasting from Åkersberga, like a little bit northbound from Stockholm. How are you doing?
Hi, Mattias. Can I talk? What an introduction. Yeah. Funny you're taking the words out of my mouth. I was about to say, how can I not be in a good mood on this Friday, and this sunny Friday especially? So yeah, welcome to our second studio here in Åkersberga, just north of Stockholm, to 153 of MattGron Talks. And this is where entrepreneurship runs smack into reality. 3 times per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have all kinds of topics for you guys. And Mattias is going to share the framework.
Yeah, we have a framework for you guys, and every Monday we talk about self-development, and I share all the things I'm learning, growing as a human being and a leader. And then every Wednesday we talk about all the things I'm learning in the entrepreneurial process, scaling up my company iGoMoon. And then today we have the Friday episode, and that means we are talking about my weekly self-inventory, and that means that I share what I could have done differently. We also talk about the things I learned during the week. It could be, peaks and lows, and then we also talk about the victories we are celebrating. Yeah, the really good stuff together. It's so important to celebrate the victories.
Yeah, very true.
Yes. So that's the framework. Then
let's start with the summary of the week. So what has this week been up to? What has this been up to? What have you been up to this week?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it has been, as usual, like a fully booked week with a lot of interesting meetings. And something I did this week that I think I could have done differently. I actually realized like there's a lot of people I need to just connect with, So I have done like 3 calls this week with people I haven't been talking to for like maybe 10 years.
Okay.
People you might see on LinkedIn so I picked up the phone and had great conversations with these people. And
what kind of people were this? Like old friends or colleagues, or what kind of people?
It's a mix, and could be people I worked with. It could be people I done, like in a project with, and every person I called, we ended up to book like a breakfast or a lunch.
Oh, really?
Or something. So I'm looking forward, and super fun.
What made you do this?
Just to I think that's in one way a lot how I'm wired. Like it was just an intuitive.
Intuitive.
It was intuitive. What did you say? Can you please help me with this?
Of course, intuitive.
Intuitive.
Yes.
Intuitive.
It was intuition calling you. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And it was so fun because, one of the persons I called, he said like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. Like it's crazy because, 2 minutes ago, I actually took that hoodie out of the wardrobe and put on my chair and thought, and this was an iGoMoon hoodie he got from us when we did a project together, like it's probably 5 years ago now. And he thought like, okay, I need to call Mattias, and then I called him like
wow, that's actually
2 minutes after. So I think that's the magic I talk about.
Yeah.
And this week I also planned something I will present on our M3 meeting in the next week regarding what I spoke about in the last Friday episode when I shared about, the inventory, like when we do the weekly inventory on an individual basis at iGoMoon, like every Friday, we take 10 minutes to think about what we could have done differently. Everything is about self-reflection to drive self-awareness, and in that way, end up on the solution side instead of the problem side. I see that we are internally struggling a little bit on, like we are addressing things we're not proud of, but we are not really, sharing what we should change, or like, so we end up on the problem side, and then we are self-blaming, and it leads to regret, and that's not the point. Like the plan is not to go home on the Friday evening and think, okay, with that regret. So we need to tweak that a little bit, I think.
Didn't you just change the terminology now, where you change it from what I could have done better?
Yes, exactly. And
what is it now?
I don't have it exactly in wording in front of me, but it's be brave. What could I have done differently? Remember that self-reflection leads to self-awareness, and that makes you a part of the solution instead of the problem, and that's how we win. And the purpose is to talk about the mistakes, that it's actually okay to do these mistakes. That's the purpose, and to talk about the mistakes and learn and have that, how should I say, like knowledge sharing going on.
Yeah, turn it into something positive.
It's okay. Like mistakes, that's something positive. And we talked about that, I think, in the Monday episode, or if it was the Wednesday episode this week, when you asked me about, the entrepreneurial spirit, like if I see myself as a successful person, and like, that I like to win, in sports and stuff like that. But I also said that a part of that is actually to, also take the losses, and like that. And I think that's why I'm so eager to like have a culture where we, don't hide the mistakes under the carpet. Instead, like, okay, address it. Okay, this happened, and I came out on the other side. So, and sometimes I'm actually, I'm maybe hesitating. I think maybe this is just something, I like to do, because I like that. I like to look at myself and, that self-reflecting part, and try to learn and okay, I did it this time, let's tweak it and make it in this way next time. I like that.
But I think that's also something quite, for me, from my point of view, it's quite unique also to iGoMoon. I have not have like that long of a history in working in corporate situations, but the couple of experiences I had, there was nothing like it, like no reflection phase or something like a self-inventory. This was completely new to me that you do that at companies, or at least at iGoMoon.
I think it's good.
I definitely think that's
because
great.
That's my point.
Yes.
I started like last week when I addressed it. Over the week, and I was like thinking, and I hesitated a little bit. Like, should we stop doing it? Like,
no, I definitely no. I think this is a great thing, and I also feel it gives you also kind of room to speak. Maybe you are internally thinking about things that you discuss with yourself, and how should I do this and this and this, or thinking about maybe some problems you had, but then you just deal with it internally. But I feel this gives you also the situation where you can address everyone, and all of the team shares what they've learned over the week and how they support each other. And I think that's a great situation you created there, and I think that more companies should do that. I wish we had that at the companies that I worked at, to be honest.
Yeah, because I think it's always like a balance as a leader, to listen, and like when you listen on people, and I think very often here at iGoMoon, people that are, they are engaged, they are involved, they like it, and maybe then we have people that is not as engaged, they might hesitate around the topic, and in one way you can't build a company and be something for everyone.
I also think that is probably something you need to get used to. Like I said, like from my background, I have not seen that before. And I guess that a lot of the people starting iGoMoon didn't have that either at their last job. So I think maybe at the beginning, it's like, oh, okay, like we're sharing what we like could have done differently. Like, should I share a mistake here? Okay, that's uncomfortable. But I think if you learn about, like you said, that is actually a good thing and a positive thing, and not about blaming yourself, but just, show that it can be a good thing moving forward, learning together. Then I think when you see that, that's a great asset that you get from these Friday inventories.
Yeah, I mean that's the point, because I mean we are human beings, we're not saints. Like we and we do wrong, and we learn, and as you said, the magic word there I think was practice. I mean that's the point. Like we are practicing. And in that way, we build the like the self-awareness muscle in that way. So definitely. It takes practice. Yeah. So let's continue. And but it was I think a great week. I spent some time this week also doing some culture onboarding with the new people here at iGoMoon. So. And next week we will also do the what we offer onboarding. So the culture onboarding, I'm actually preparing some. I was when I did the onboarding, I also recorded my screen, and I will make like a culture video. I have a vision video for the vision onboarding already. It was a video I created in August, or I don't know, maybe it was in September. I don't remember. You were there, Svea. It was during the kickoff after the summer. So I use that video now, sometimes also just before people join iGoMoon in the interview process. If I'm playing around with it a little bit just to see where I can use it. And now I'm also creating one for the culture onboarding. And
it's a good idea.
But yeah, it's a good idea. But I think on the vision side, I think it's really good. Here I'm still not sure, because a huge part of the culture onboarding is actually that discussion, because it's not necessarily like a right or wrong when you talk about the culture principles, and because it's all about communicating and also get different perspectives. So I'm not 100% sure it's a good idea. I still maybe think we still need to have some session. It could maybe be in like an introduction video for the culture code we have. And then an actual see what happens.
Discussion afterwards, right? An interactive part.
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
So
let's see how that goes.
And this week I also moved forward. I learned a lot, actually fine-tuning the growth call process. I'm in right now I'm in the process doing some growth calls together with the leaders here at iGoMoon. So I also get a great opportunity to see like the outcome from the growth calls, how they could end up in our new HR tool, Haley our new HR tool, Haley HR.
Wow, that's a tongue breaker.
Yeah, I know. So I'm doing some work together with Matilda as well, our talent acquisition HR partner.
Yeah, and you guys are doing a lot of work lately, I can tell. Like you and Matilda, bringing it forward. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, we also had some really good discussions this week to improve our relationship, like how to work better and like that.
Great.
And I am doing a lot of like self-reflection, self-awareness work with myself as a leader, I think, right now, because I have come to a point like I really need to start communicate like I think I spoke about that last week, like on a, how should I say, what is okay for me. I really communicate and be clear what I expect from other people. And the point is I'm doing a lot of like leadership, self-development, footwork.
Yeah, I can tell.
That's where I'm right now. Yeah. And on the celebration side, I mean, this week something tremendous happened.
Yeah, and, I witnessed it.
Like tons of kudos to Henrik Steelhand, aka Steelhand, yeah. Stålhand. Yeah. Steelhand is Stålhand if you translate the Swedish short name of this fabulous guy, Henrik. And he actually succeeded with something incredible this week. He closed a new deal, like a new record deal here at iGoMoon, and talking about losses, he broke my record. Now I need to get back into the sales and.
But that's a good kind of loss, right? Making room for such a big win. Yeah, I kind of want to do this now, like. Yes, that does really, really good. I saw that on Instagram, actually. Like one of the people in the office took like a video of Henrik ringing the bell. You know, if you're new here, like at iGoMoon, if someone closes a deal, you go through the office ringing a bell. And this is how I knew. And that's what I meant. Like I witnessed it. Yeah. I love that tradition. It's so fun. Yeah. But, wow.
So,
kudos
we
to Henrik.
actually spoke about hang that bell on the wall. That was actually how it was at our last office, but when we moved, we haven't found a place to hang it. But I really like the idea of
walking around.
Like ding ding ding, walking around in the office. I think that might be the new one. So
I like it too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the week, and let's wrap it up there. And if you are watching this episode and if you like what we are doing, please leave a comment, ask a question, come up with a topic you want us to discuss here. And it would really mean everything for us if you subscribe as well on the vlog. So hit the bell, and then me and Svea hope to see you in the next one of this fabulous MattGron Talks show.
Join the journey. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.